Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to review Google Duo and Meet, as well as Caribu, which is an application that can help you play interactively with your grandchild. This presentation has been brought to you through the Department for the Aging of New York City and Cyber Seniors. Google Duo and Google Meet. So in case you don't know, these two applications have combined into a new Meet application for video calling and meetings. The Google Duo application and icon are now Google Meet. This is the icon that you will be seeing from this point forward. And if you are looking to use the application, after the change, they will do something like a tutorial to walk you through the new skills or abilities that the platform has. So what is new with Google Meet after it combined with Google Duo? You can make group video calls with up to 32 people, as well as share and join group calls with a link. And of course, take photos of your video calls if you ever want to do that. And you can try doodles, masks, and other fun effects with the family mode. In order for you to be able to do this, you will have to be signed in with a Google account. Using the new Meet application, you can instantly video call your family and friends or schedule a meeting in advance. You can connect with anyone, anywhere across mobile, whether it's that you use an iOS system, Android system, you connect through a computer in the web, or use a tablet or any other smart devices. Another nice thing about the application is that you can enjoy high quality audio and video, low light mode, and noise cancellation, allowing everyone to be seen and heard clearly. There is an option that is to play with backgrounds and visual effects to make connections fun and, of course, much more dynamic. And if you are a YouTube fan, you can co-watch YouTube, curate a playlist together with the person or people you are connecting with, or take turns to play a game. Follow along with the Google speech-to-text technology that transcribes your content with real-time captions so you won't miss any detail. Here is a walkthrough of the application once you are trying to get it in your smartphone device. So all your video calling features are here to stay, despite Google Meet and Google Duo have differences when they work separate. Now you can keep making video calls to friends and family, sending messages, and using fun filters and effects, such as we just went over. Apart from this, you can try creating video meetings for everyone to join. You can schedule that time to connect when everyone can join and use virtual backgrounds. We also mentioned that briefly in the previous slide, as well as chat, caption, and even live sharing when you are in that meeting. How to set up Google Duo. If you are using a computer, you have a web version. The first thing you should do is open Duo, which is something you can do by going to duogoogle.com. It is available on Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Opera, and Safari. So these are some of the browsers available for you to use Google Duo. Continuing with the setup, the next thing you should do is verify your phone number. At this point, I'm assuming that you are logging with your Google account from your computer. And if you skip this step and you don't verify your phone number, you can only receive calls from people who have called you previously. After you input your phone number in the platform, you will then click in the Get Verification Code. Duo will send you a code in a one-time SMS message to the number that you entered. Next thing you should do, such as is displayed on the image on the right side, is enter the code that you receive in that text message. And if you don't receive a text message, you can click in resend. If you still don't receive a text message, click the back arrow to make sure you enter your phone number correctly. When this process is done successfully, you will have a pop-up notification that says you are all set, and it will tell you you will now video call with such number. And all you have to do is select what it says, got it. In terms of the permission, and if you are using a computer, you will have to allow Google Duo to send you notification. This is for the sake of you knowing when people call you and when people invite you to meetings and things of that nature. After you verify your number on Duo, people with your phone number can see that you use Duo, and also they can call you using the application. If you connect your Google account, they connect with you across different Google services. Duo can periodically send your contacts and location to Google. If you call someone not saved in your contacts, Duo will display your phone number so they can see who is calling. If you are using an Android, iPhone, or iPad when setting up Google Duo, you can go to your Play Store or Google Play Store or your Apple App Store to install the application. When you sign up, you will get a verification code on your mobile device, almost similar to the one you saw in the computer. If you already use Duo on another device with your Google account, sign in with the same account to finish the setup process in your small device. In this case, this is how it looks when you are signed already with a Google account. It will prompt you and ask you if you want to continue with that account. This is the image on the right side. And after, if you have more than one Google account, it will prompt you or it will ask you what account you are selecting to be able to use Google Duo. In the image below, I'm selecting the calling account, and this is the one that you will use to make and receive calls with, right? Usually we'll have the email on the left as well as the number associated with that account. After you connect Google Duo with your Google account, people with your phone number or Google account information, most like happen with the computer, can see you and call you using the application. You can use Duo to call your contacts, video calls with anyone in your contacts who uses Duo. You can call friends, family across different devices like Android, iOS, computer, even a smart home technology such as Nest Hub Max, Lenovo Smart Display, and JBL Link View. So apart from the regular devices, you can also use Duo with a smart home technology. In this process of calling your contacts, something that we mentioned also in another slide is that you have the ability to perform high quality audio and video. Your call quality automatically changes based on your internet connection. So that's very important to have in mind. As well, you have something is called knock knock. Essentially, you can see a live video preview before answering a call from one of your contacts. And the end-to-end encryption. Your calls are secure and can only be seen by you and the person you are talking to. All right, I'm going to show you in my Android device how you can do a call in Google Duo. All right, here is the Android device that I will be using for the live demonstration. And I have pinned the application that I'm demonstrating. In this case, this is the icon, and I will tap over. And when I tap over, if you have performed any calls to this contact before, such as I did, I will be able to see that information. So when you are in here, you are able to call not only by the history the application provides, you can set up something using the new button at the bottom of the screen. What the platform will do at this point is show the contacts that you have saved through the application, as well as a dial pad if you want to type or input a particular contact. Within this option, you have the ability to create a new meeting, schedule in Google Calendar, and create a group with multiple people. So that is from this option new right here. In the top left of the screen, I have 3 horizontal lines and I can tap there. If you want to see more details such as privacy or change settings related to that account that you are using in Google Duo, you can go to Privacy in Meet. When you are in this Privacy in Meeting portion, you can learn how the video call technology protects your privacy when you are doing any of the following: calls and meetings using effects or messaging. The core of this is that only you and the person you are getting in touch with are able to see the information exchange within that connection. So that is a little bit about privacy in Meet, but also here, if I go again to the 3 lines at the top left, I have something is called settings. And in my settings, it will show the account that I'm using to connect with this person or other people for that matter, as well as the call settings that I can change from this point, and meeting settings. If I want anything to be modified, I can do that from this point. If I go to in call settings, I can decide things such as the knock knock for the device that I'm using, the low light mode, which automatically help others see you better. You can also mirror your screen. You can activate things such as in-call photos if that is something you want to do, and also adjust the video quality to limit the data usage. Some of these things could be enabled or disabled by default when you come here, but it's really up to you. You can always try out that function and see how things work. And if you don't want to have the function enabled, you can simply come back to these toggle bars and it will be a matter of tapping over to activate. When it's blue, it's activated, and tap over to deactivate. When it's grayish, is deactivated. So that is in call settings. You also have message settings. And message settings allow you to save your messages, videos, voice messages, photos, and notes that are sent to you through the platform. And also you can caption messages, which is the ability to send audio to Google to be transcribed. And that again can be either enable or disable. If you enable this option, the audios of your Meet messages will be sent to Google to be transcribed, but not stored. Transcriptions use your device default language. And this is how that will play out. I will select Not Now, and that is my message settings. And also you can change your notifications. And in this case, it will take you to the portion of the app itself where you can decide if you want to show notifications when people call you one-on-one, or when you receive group calls, or if you have any missing calls, and other set of notifications for messages and account updates and things of that nature. So that is notifications. And I would just tap in the back button of my Android device. And you have a tab also called blocked users. Anyone that you block within the platform will be shown here. And to block people, notice how at the top right corner, you have this profile plus sign that you can use to block the contact that you want to block. So that is the menu of these three horizontal lines, right? So I went to privacy in Meet settings, and the help and feedback is to interact with the platform in case you have a problem or if you want to let them know what they are doing well. Okay, that said, let's call this person. So I'm gonna tap over this call and it will show me a preview of my video or how my video look like. And it will show how do I want to perform that call. So I can decide if I want to turn off my video. If I want to do that, I will just tap over the camera. And after I have the ability to use a send button, this is in the case that I want to change the effects of my video. So I can decide if I want to have a different background from this point forward. And if you swipe in this menu, you have backgrounds, blurring your image, as well as styles, filters, and a variety of things when it comes to your video image. Now, if I want to get out of here, I will just tap in the X at the top and it will take me back to this part. So that is what this arrow pointing to the right will do. It will take me to a preview. So for example, if I use this icon right here, I can switch from my front camera to the back camera. If I use this one right here, I can record and it will start recording that for me. And I will just press in that square to stop recording. If you want to send that, you can use the send function and it will allow you to send information to that person. All right, so here you decide what is the type of connection you want to establish with the person, whether it's a simple voice call or a video call. So if you select video call, it's gonna start calling the person. And when the person accepts the call, this is how it will look like. So if you have your video off, this is how it looks like. If you activate your video, so you will see yourself and the person in this connection. Now, to get to other points of this call, you can go to the three dots. And from those dots, you can use functions such as family, effects, live sharing, low light, and mirror mode are usually activate. And I know they are activate because they are highlighted in a white looking color. But say that I choose family. So family will allow you to use effects and doodling in that connection. So if I tap in effects, then it will show me the type of filters that I can use in this connection, right? And whenever I select in one option, it will display that selection on my screen. Sometimes it will be a matter of using like a color shading. Sometimes it will be a matter of actually changing the background in full, such as it did in this particular case, right? So that is the background portion or effect portion. And you have also doodling. So when you are doodling, notice how the two videos are at the top and the whiteboard is at the bottom, and you can use functions at the bottom, such as this one at the bottom left, that allow you to select an image that you both can draw in, right? As well, you will have the set of colors or different brushes that you can use to draw in that image you just select, and say that I will use this one and I will then start painting, right? And you see both people can see that on real time. So that is how you get to this point. You also have the colors that you want to use to paint. So say that instead of black, I want to use green, and I will go back here and do my drawing. And the last thing on the right side is the eraser. And if either of you want to delete what has been here, you can use this option. So that is doodling. I will just tap in the back and I will tap in the arrow at the top left once more. And now I can go again to the three little dots and I will have something is called live sharing. And here in live sharing, you can use any of these applications: YouTube, Maps, Gallery, Samsung Notes, as well as share your device to screen. Everything that you do on the screen will be visible for that person in the other side. If you want to do any of these things, you simply select in the option that you prefer, and that's it. In my case, since I'm just navigating through this, I will just select in cancel and it will take me out. Now say that I'm ready to end this call. Notice how I have this hang option in here and I just tap over that option. And there I am, I'm out, and it will take me to that initial preview I saw when I start. The second portion of today's webinar is how to use Caribu interactive video calling. And we are going to see a bit about what is Caribu. It is an interactive video calling application for family fun between grandparents and children. It integrates things such as books and activities into the features of video calling. They were chosen as one of the top 100 best inventions by Time magazine and is only available on mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. The first out of the three slides, 4 features from Caribu, you can keep the kids entertained with quality screen time. It's perfect for traveling parents and grandparents, and is fun and safe for you and your grandkids. You can read and draw with your grandkids in a video call, paint together without the mess that this can bring up, and play games such as tic-tac-toe and word search puzzles in a video call. Thousands of great titles and many more are added weekly, which is fantastic. Video calls that kids don't run away from because they don't feel engaged. Personalized book recommendation based on ages. Aunts and uncles can also join the fun video calling, and anyone can browse through award-winning children books. These could include grandparents' favorites like Sesame Street and Highlights. And best sellers like Barbie and Thomas and Friends books. There is a wide variety of coloring books, including everything from wild animals to learning the alphabet, and blank canvases to draw and doodle together. And online and offline reading is available on the application as well. How to install Caribu? You can open your app store, whether it's that you use an Android device, in which case you will go to Google Play Store, or an Apple device, in which case you will have to go to the App Store. You can then search the name of the application, which is Caribu. This is the logo. And if you are in an Android device, you will press install. If you are in an Apple device, you will press get. How to video call with grandchildren through the Caribu application. So you can create an account and you will have to press the sign up button once you launch the application. At this point, let's assume that you already installed the application. You will then fill in the following fields: your name, your email, and create a password, such as is shown on the right side of the screen. The next thing you need to do is just click or tap what it says continue to next step, and this is in order for you to move forward. You will have to pick one of the options to set up the account, whether it's helping my kid set up to play Caribu or getting myself set up to call family on Caribu. And the options will look such as the screenshot at the right side of the screen. You also have an option at the very bottom of the screen that says, this doesn't apply to me. In this reference, the option selected was helping my kid get set up to play Caribu. Once you go over that selection, you will then select in continue. And at the moment of connecting with family to start the experience, you can choose between invite family members or received a Caribu ID. And here are the options. To continue without selecting one of these two options, you can tap in I will invite family members later. Notice how there is a brief description below each of the options at the top in order for you to know what is happening when you select either or. Now you will get to the settings. If you wish to activate your camera and mic, you should tap over the toggle bar. So this is the toggle bar, and in order for you to use the camera and mic when you are communicating in that video calling, you should select in here. You just tap, and when that little circle goes green, it means that option is activated. Your device will prompt you to allow Caribu to take pictures and record video, such as is shown here at the bottom. And it says allow Caribu to take pictures and record video, allow Caribu to record audio. So you will have to select in allow. To receive notification messages when you receive calls, you can enable this function if you would like that. And let's go to the live demonstration. I have the application Caribu already installed, and I'm going to tap over the application. And when I tap over the application, then it's gonna display the different menus for you to use it. So the main menus are at the bottom, right? You have library, favorites, family, search, and menu. So the library is where all things are, right? Books, games, and so forth. You have a series of categories based on what you are looking for that you can select from. In favorites, whenever you select a book or perhaps an activity that you like, that is the place it will be put into. You have family, and in family, if you already have contacts, is where they will be displayed. If you don't, the option will allow you to add a contact from this point. And to do that, you just have to tap what it says add, any ad, you will see the option to invite them via email or invite them with a Caribu ID. So that is ad family. You have search. This is in the particular case that you already know what type of activities you are doing, and you just want to look the name of the activity as opposed to browse to all the options offered by the platform. Lastly, here you have menu, and in menu, in order for you to see the options here, you would have to type the year you were born. And when you do that, it will show you the different options. So you have here add family. It's a little bit of adding context to be able to connect to Caribu. You have settings, and in settings, you can manage things such as the account, the permissions given to the application, the type of subscription that you have. I'm using a free subscription. I'm not paying for one. And from this point, you can log out from the platform and obtain more information about Caribu. In this same place, you have something is called recommend Caribu. It's in the case that you want to share the information of the application with other friends and members of your family, so they can also use the application in the way you perhaps are using it. And you have a help center. When you are struggling with a particular thing, you can either get into a call with somebody or send an email. In this case, you will have different kind of questions that you can go through if you want to get more informed about how to use Caribu. So that is your help center. And you have a tutorial, which is a walkthrough of the different options we have been exploring until this point, right? So all I'm doing at this point is just swiping from right to left, and it will show me what things are. So that is the tutorial. Now, say that you want to call one of your family contacts. So in my case, I'm going to use this one as a reference, and I will just tap in call. And then when I'm calling that person, what is going to happen is that the person is going to receive a notification on their application, and they will answer the call. You will be able to see both on the screen. So you have the screen of them on one side, and you have your screen on the very small side. This can be moved to different places or portions of the screen, so you have more space to play. Now, what kind of activities you want to do? So you can, for instance, go to any of the options displayed at the very top. That is what allow you to do activities. And you can go, for instance, to play. When you go to play, here is the categories of things you can play with this member of your family. So in games, you have let's play, memory, sequence, title puzzles, mazes, hidden objects, spot the difference, Sudoku, word search, and matching. Say that I pick matching, all right? And when I pick matching, I simply need to select one of the formats, and that will start the game. So I'm gonna use this one on the first row, the third option. And then what is next? I'm gonna move my images once more, right? So I can tap what it says play. But notice how here it will tell you the age range and who is the publisher of this game, as well instructions about how to use it. Essentially, you will draw a line connecting each animal to its matching shadow. So we just tap in play, right? And this works kind of in a turn type of situation. Right, in this case, you will have to use any of the skills at the bottom. So say that I'm gonna use my pencil, and then I will match the animal with the shadow, so, right? And the person can also do their matching. It's supposed to be that they do one and you do the other until all the matching is complete. So that is one of the activities you can do. Of course, there is much more that you can do in this application, but that's one of the things and how that will play out. If you want to go back, you will use the back button And also you have another option that is called read. And in read, it will show the different titles that you can share with that person or read with that person. So I'm gonna select this one right here. It's called Beatrix Potter. And when I do that, it's gonna present the different volumes of that particular book. I'm gonna select the first one on the top left. And when I do that, again, it's gonna take me to a little bit of details about that book that I'm reading. So it's in English, is for ages 4 to 7, and it has a total of 8 pages, as well as a bit of a description. I will select and read, and then the book will be displayed not only for me, but for the other person. So keep in mind that these two icons at the top indicate the video of your family member and your video, right? And as you slide through pages, you guys will see the same information at the same time. So I'm swiping from right to left, and I will be reading as I go. All right. So I'm gonna leave it at here. I hope that you learn more about Google Duo and Caribu. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to learn this lesson with a CyberSeniors mentor, please go to www.cyberseniors.org or call the 1-844-217-3057 to register for a one-on-one phone session. We also host weekly tech drop-in sessions where you can come with your questions from 2 to 3 p.m. on Thursdays.